I want to feel your hand.
What's up? What's going on? Let's see, where we at? It's been a while since I played this. Alright, 1 second, guys. I gotta go to use the restroom real quick. Alright. Tales of Arise. Yeah, man. This is a pretty good game. Alright, let me change my screen. Oops, I got on the wrong one. Hold up. 1 second, guys. Where is it? Gotta switch it up here. Not web browser. Where is it? There we go. I forgot. I haven't played this in what? Like a month or so, a month and a half. I haven't been doing no gaming in a while, so I gotta remember what the hell I was doing. Alright, what the hell was I doing here?
think there's someone in trouble here.
Well, okay.
What's up, Rudy? What's going on? I'm chilling, bro. How about you?
Why? Damn it.
What?
Is that so?
Okay.
Great job.
I'll teach these small fry who's the apex predator of these waters. Just watch and see.
Alright, let's see.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves now.
I guess we're having fish for dinner tonight.
Alphin. Oh, he's just waking to the crib. Oh, just walking to the crib. What's up, everybody? Turns. What's going on? I'm just trying to remember everything. I haven't played this in a minute. There we go. Basic controls, fast travel, night battle. No. There we go. I was looking. Alright, subquest. Consider initiation. Deliver items to the client. What item? What item? What items do you have to deliver it to? I want to check that again. Hold up. This is oh, can't go. Oh wow. So I can't complete that yet because of the story. That's right. So I guess we'll do this one then. And where is that located? So I guess we probably gotta go up the head. This way then. Alright, let's go. So then it's getting like cleaner than 3 Asian chicks at a at a party.
You sense one of your pals, Hoodle?
Feels like I'm melting.
Calaglia was pretty hot, but at least the
Okay,
air
Chris.
there was dry. Out here, it feels like I'm trying to walk through thick soup.
I can hardly breathe, it's so stuffy. And don't get me started on the insects. You hanging in there, Hoodle?
It's brutal, all right. I can feel my energy being drained away just by walking. All this vegetation makes it hard to keep an eye out. Keep your wits about you, everyone. And watch you don't keel over while you're at it.
What's needed at times like these is a relaxing hot spring.
That would soon help us adjust.
And where do you expect us to find one of those?
What about you, Alphen? All that gear, and you hardly seem to be breaking a sweat.
Yeah, I guess when you've lived a life devoid of pain for as long as I have, even feeling hot and bothered could be a welcome change.
Well, lucky you, I guess. Just don't expect us to carry you when you pass out.
Alright, where's that owl at? There's an owl around there. Alright, got a fast travel point.
No backing down! Here I come! It's over! Megasonic Tear you apart!
Dance in the wind! If they wreck you, you gotta jump for cover,
I have
okay?
to remember how to remember all the
Megasonic
Charge like that can easily do Vader in.
Just as well, I'm here to stop it.
Here we go, get my combos back.
Hurricane Thrust! Talon Storm! I'm not done! You're finished! Blow away! You're mine! It's over! Rising Wyvern! You're mine!
There
I'll
we
stop
go.
your movement.
And I'll stop your life!
That's it. Dope.
I can
What's
feel
up,
my
Kasumi?
power
What's
growing.
going on? What's up, Shadow? Doo. Doo, doo, doo. Alright, so it's fishing in the area. Fishing feed. Defeat forward. This.
All we have to do is get rid of that thing, right?
I'll do my best. Fight! Going in.
Raging Storm! Celestial!
This one.
Are those arms even natural?
Here!
Photon! Raging
Tear you apart!
Spread!
Hurricane
Magic
Now you see
Advance!
what I can do!
This one's mine.
Eat dirt!
Talon
You're mine!
How about
It's
this?
over!
Hurricane strike! Eagle is
Begin smelling to me. Yeah!
Now you've got to pick me off.
Start up! Dance! Mirage!
Shining Supernova! Hard Malevolence!
Blow away!
Right now! I'll be
You're mine!
I'll just get
It's
it
over!
to an end. Look sharp! Can't get out of this!
Take this!
more
You're
without
finished!
me,
Take this!
Shield!
Rising Wyvern! You're finished!
Make it rain!
Totally!
Combos is sick!
Impact block!
Raging Storm!
Crazy.
Whirlwind
Hurricane strike! Going in. That's it.
Here!
This
Tear you
one's
apart! You're mine!
Going in. Take this.
You're
Hurricane
finished!
strike.
There you go. My day been fine.
Everyone's still in
I
one
just
piece?
uploaded 2 videos.
I barely
Uploaded
worked
a
up a
video to my
sweat.
Mugen Lore channel, and I talked about the Warner Brothers multiverses, which is like the Smash Brothers game, but with Warner Brothers characters. That's the Game Team channel. I posted that link in the community tab on the channel.
Man, this place
Check it out.
is thick with foliage.
I know. It feels like we're going to be swallowed up by all these plants if we stay in here.
Indeed. I much prefer the forests in Menancia myself.
Not that I don't agree, but maybe now's not the best time for Elda Menancia Pride. Seriously? Is this a joke?
Let Axel dance in the wind! Here!
I'll take out the leg with my shield.
I'll finish you here
Not
and
in your
now!
dreams!
Shockwave
Can't
strike!
this wall! More where that came
You're
from!
mine!
Blow away!
Meteor!
I'll tear you apart! This one keeps charging us!
That's what my shield's for.
Crazy without a
Get behind me.
Got it! I'll leave it to you! Escape!
All right, let me out.
Take it!
Blah, 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 magic!
You're mine!
Sleep now.
It's over! Eat dirt!
I'll be saving this
Far
one!
enough.
You're mine! Rising
Hurricane
Wyvern!
strike.
Light astral energy!
In a vine?
More where
Take
that
this!
came from!
You're finished!
Thunderblade!
How about this? Look sharp.
Double Demon Fang! Double Demon Fang!
Lightning orb!
Demon Fang! Double
Shield
Demon
and
Fang!
face.
This one's all mine!
Tiger blade.
Energy!
This one's mine.
Arctic waterfall! Freeze Lancer! Dance in the wind!
Double Demon
Here!
Fang!
More for the stockpile!
Demon Fang! Double Demon Fang!
Not like this.
You paid for that! Double Demon Fang!
Shining supernova!
Does anyone else think this may be just a bit too tough for us?
No, I just need forgetting the controls. That's all that is. Oh, okay. Recover all. Recover 8%. Alright, let's get the mat.
Ho ho ho!
Down here somewhere. Where are you, stupid owl?
Ho ho ho!
It's around here. But where? Here it is. Here.
Ho 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 ho! Ho ho ho!
You're saying we should check the Owl Forest? Little help!
You're mine! I'm not finished! Try harder! Not a chance! I'm not done! Shockwave Flash! Stardust! It's over! It's time! Here I come! I'll smash you! Crush! Rising Wyvern! Take this! It's over!
Combo time.
Shockwave
Not
Flash!
in your dreams!
You're mine!
I'll
You're
stop its
finished!
charge.
Thanks, Kisara!
You're finished! Eat dirt! First strike!
You made me angry. That was a bad idea.
Eagle Fly! Totally! In an instant! Impact Block!
Dance in the wind!
Look sharp.
Air
Rising
thrust!
Wyvern!
Tiger blade.
Stardust! Finish it!
On guard!
Chocolate ball! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Hey, lightning tiger blade. Whoa.
Don't get careless.
Oh, cool, PJ. Thanks. Make her captain for now.
Nothing gets by me!
Malevolent!
Rising Rifle!
The power of light! Let me out!
Steel! More
Be careful!
Going in! One more!
Is it normal?
Raging cat!
This one's mine!
Air thrust! Now
On guard!
You're mine!
Take it!
in here!
Tiger blade!
I'll be saving this one!
Going in!
Rising
Here
Rifle!
goes! Look sharp!
Flying Rock Spear!
That's it!
Mirage!
Tiger blade!
Dragon Swarm!
Here
On
goes!
guard!
Crush!
Dragon
Demon
shell!
Fang!
Take this! On guard! Take this!
Not today!
Talon hurricane! Glimmer dragon!
You're mine!
Eagle, do it! Leaving me!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Dance in the wind!
Dragon shell!
Rising
On guard!
Wyvern!
More for
That's
the
right.
time!
Rising
Look
Star!
sharp!
Finish him!
One
More where
more!
that came from!
I feel sprightlier than before.
An opponent like this should be easy.
This one's mine!
Lightning orb!
Eat sloppy!
Stay away from my friend!
got your name on him!
Take this! I'm on a blade!
Talon hurricane!
Rising Wyvern!
Rip
Take
the
this!
hair!
Arcane waterfall! Freeze lancer!
Now I'm in trouble!
I'm on it!
Rising Wyvern! Hurricane! Thrust!
Light astral energy!
Do it! Talon Storm! This one's mine!
One left! Hard
Swallow dance!
Blah blah blah! Magic! Freeze lancer!
First
Dance
strike!
in the wind!
You're done!
Steel!
Double Demon Fang!
More for the
That
top
freaking
line.
does it!
Raging
Now you see what I can do.
Fang! Double Demon Fang!
Take this!
Photon now!
Demon Fang! Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade!
Double Demon Fang!
I'm on it!
Demon Fang!
Dance in the wind! In here!
Talon Hurricane! Double Demon Fang! Double Demon Fang!
Lightning orb!
First strike! Can't move!
Sweet dreams!
First strike!
Sleep now!
Talon Hurricane!
Not my finest.
Tempest Wall! More where that came from! Celestial Runner! Gale Force! Wind Astral Energy!
Do you require a hand?
Can't get out of this!
Hit! Law, wake up!
Damn! sorry about that.
We're gonna level grind here for a bit, guys. I'm not gonna progress through the story. I'm gonna just level
If you
grind
need help
here.
with anything, just let me know.
Oh, not gonna do no cooking. We got-
Rinwell, mind if we chat a little?
Well,
You're still awake?
I've always been something of a night owl. Ever since back when I was someone's property. Turning in for the night only made the next day come quicker. I wasn't in any great rush.
Sorry.
What about yourself? Care to share something from before I knew you? You were part of a mage clan, right? Must have been handy being able to rely on magic for everything.
Hardly. In fact, not at all. Magic's not so special when you're not allowed to use it. Always scared of who might be watching?
Right. Sorry about that. I guess I've read too many fairy tales.
We were still made to study it
the
every
last time-
day.
I haven't played in a while, dude.
It doesn't make any
Like,
sense if you think
I
about it.
stumbled at,
Studying the
update
very
video.
thing
I
you're
haven't
being
played-
persecuted
I haven't touched
for.
the game in 2 months. I haven't played
But
no
that's
consoles.
what we did.
Nothing.
Just like our
I've just been
parents and
grinding
their parents before
2 months
them.
straight. No free
Honestly,
time,
I
no
don't even know
nothing.
how far back it goes.
So you check out my update
Memory
videos that's uploaded
serves.
on the channel.
Mages have been the stuff
So
of
I'm
legend
continuing
for
where I left
ages.
off at.
Even as far back as 3 centuries ago, they were myths. Your people were persecuted even before the Renans got here.
Yeah, the more I think about it, the less it makes sense, though. I mean, it was Astral Arts that let the Renans dominate Dana, right? Why didn't mages end up being the rulers of Dana then?
Maybe they tried, but they just didn't have the numbers. Or maybe domination just wasn't something they were interested in. Have you ever considered it might have been something like that?
I guess I haven't.
I wonder why magic alone attracted the attention it did. Swords can be just as lethal in the right hands. Why not ban them?
My best guess? Swordsmanship can be learned by anyone. Magic's more of an exclusive club.
So, you either have the gift or you don't. When something's not easily obtainable, it's hard to comprehend. People are scared of what they don't understand. And fear leads to persecution. So the problem's not magic. It could just as easily have been anything.
Yeah.
I love the commentary in it.
Night, everyone! I want to go back to bed.
What's your list of games to play looking right now? Not much. I haven't really bought anything. I'm learning how to not really buy games right away because I don't end up playing them. But I got Metroid Dread for Nintendo Switch, so I'll be live streaming that when I'm ready to play that. But I'm gonna finish this game first before I play Metroid Dread. So after Metroid Dread, I'm gonna probably play some Eastward. I don't play it on my spare time. But so after Metroid Dread, I'll probably be doing Scarlet Nexus, or I might be playing Scarlet Nexus and Metroid Dread at the same time. Hey, like I'm trying to do one game at a time, but I may have to do multiple games because as long as they're different genres, I'm not playing multiple RPGs. That's ridiculous. But since they're different genres, since Metroid is more like a 2D side scroller, you know, adventure shooter type game, I can do that alongside Scarlet Nexus, which is an action RPG. So they're two different genres. So I can pretty much do both actually.
Seriously? Is this a joke?
I'll probably do
Double demon fang! Double demon fang!
What's this?
Death blossom! Lightning thrust!
Look shot!
This one!
Look shot! Take this!
Not today!
Unlock! That's it! Tiger Blade!
Eagle aside! Devastation!
We're taking too many hits! Guardian Field! I'm ready to go! Far enough!
Air thrust! Light
Far through armor!
malevolent! Blah blah blah! Magic! Freeze blade!
Unguard!
Dragon shell!
Take this! There are... What's this?
Megasonic thrust! Sonic thrust!
Guardian Field!
Sword Rain
Can't
Alpha!
get out of
Raging
this!
cascade!
The power
did
of
it!
light!
I'm
ready!
Air thrust!
that.
Lightning thrust!
Unguard! That's it! Tiger Blade! Now you've got it! Ticked me off!
Rising
Tiger
Viper!
Blade! This one's
Soaring Light
mine!
Spear!
Tiger Blade! Don't get careless.
Okay. Oh, thanks, BJ. The game audio's a little higher compared to me. All right. Oh, hold on. I'll fix it. Let me fix it. Hold up. All right. How about now? Let me know, and I'll just adjust accordingly. Oh, I finished the quest, so let's go back. Yeah, but like I said, I've been really busy, man. I've been messing with Blender, I'm learning different animation softwares and stuff like that as well. I've been just reinventing myself, doing a lot of things, you know. I'll go back and submit the side quest that I just did. Get some experience points, get the 3 life bottles, which you definitely need those. Crazy.
Is that the Zugo we're looking for?
I'll do my best! Tiger Blade!
Dragon! You're mine! Not today!
I'm just getting this one's mine!
Not in your dreams!
Take this!
Be still!
Flaming
This
meteor!
is the way!
Falcon!
In here!
This one's mine!
Always saving!
Chocolate Flash!
Time flash! More with that!
Unguard!
Demon Fang!
I can handle it!
Dragon
Unguard! Far enough! Going in!
Too fast! Rising Wyvern!
Trip it up.
Soaring Light Spear!
Throb these hands.
Genesis!
Demon's Descent! Flashing Fang!
Raging
No! Going in!
Chocolate Flash you!
Hunting left!
Dragon Swarm!
Update!
One more!
Freeze blade! I'm ready for the next battle.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't say it's complicated, man. Once you sit down and actually like learn a program or whatever, same thing. I use TK17, which is an obsolete animation program that I use, but I learned so much from that. Since I learned so much, move on to another program, and once you get a gist of how animation working with certain things does, you'll start to work your way through it. That's with anything. Same thing with Mugen and stuff. If you tinker with it long enough, you'll start understanding it without going to school or without going to anybody. You should start tinkering with it. So that's what I'm doing now, messing with Blender. It's not bad at all, actually. Like I said, since I got prior knowledge to certain things, it's a little bit easier to grasp to grasp programs and stuff. That's with anything. Like I learned, like even with video editing, I learned the Sony Vegas, which is so primitive. But just me using Sony Vegas a long time ago, I moved to Adobe Premiere. Just me knowing a little bit from, even though they're two different programs, just having the basic knowledge of certain things allowed me to be able to understand how Premiere works, and then you learn from there. That's with any program. You can be self-taught. You just gotta have the patience. You gotta have the patience.
Seriously?
Everything I
Is
do
this a
is
joke?
self-taught. Like, a lot of people think I went to school for the stuff that I do. No, the only thing I went to school for was business. Everything else, self-taught. I taught myself because I really want to learn something. So I'm saying, there's no excuses in life at all. If you want to attain something, you have to work. You have to figure it out.
You shouldn't have messed with me. No.
You don't need to pay. You don't need to be higher. You don't need a higher education or anything, especially with the age of the internet. You can be home and teach yourself. You know.
Light up the dark! I'm ready
No, like this is annoying.
Guardian Field! I'm ready to go! This one's mine!
I'm on.
Shield and face!
Get out of here.
Ready to go!
Mine!
I'm on not like this!
Stay away from my friend!
Eat this!
Hurricane thrust!
Lightning armor is
It's
all
over!
mine.
Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade!
Purge malevolence! Arctic waterfall! Freeze lancer! Dance in the wind!
Armor won't save you.
You're mine!
Oh, that air combo.
Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade!
Oh, thanks, Radio. Yeah, man. You have to teach us. Like, I
I
taught
felt
myself
better,
a lot of
that's
stuff.
for sure.
And that, I guess it's just like in my DNA, because like my dad's the same way. Like, my dad didn't go to school to play an instrument. My dad know how to play the saxophone. He don't even read music. He plays by listening. He taught himself how to play the saxophone. No schooling, no nothing. He been playing the saxophone since he was 12 years old. My dad. So we kind of gained that ability or art. If this was like Naruto or something, a clan ability, we can just look at something and then try to
What's this
copy
thing?
it. But we don't copy it exactly. We do it in our own way, but we end up yielding the same results or better. That's how we are. We just really apply ourselves. Especially when we're passionate about something. You gotta be passionate about something. You really gotta want to learn. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a person that's always absorbing knowledge. I'm always want to learn something. I always want to learn something. Because one, let me see, how can I say it? Another thing about me is I don't like relying on other people. Like, I hate depending on people. Like from my experience dealing with people always let me down. Like, I go out my way for people, but people in return never. And I don't expect people to do things in return for me. But if I'm constantly keep going out sacrificing, you know, and then when I'm in trouble or when I need someone to be there for me, they're never there for me. They got all kinds of excuses why they can't do certain things for me, or they all got all kinds of excuses why they can't just extend their arm and reach out, hand and just reach out for me and help lift me up and stuff like that. You know, people are selfish. Like, I learned that the people are selfish. This is human nature for people to be selfish, and they only use you for what they want to use you for, and then when they have no more use for you, they discard you or whatever, you know?
Okay.
And once I realized that I can't count on people and people is so unreliable, I don't want, especially as a man, you as a man, don't ever put your fate and put your life and your future in the hands of another man or another person. You a grown ass man, and that's how I was raised. You know what I'm saying? So me being a man, I try everything in my ability. There's nothing wrong to get support, but you don't put all your faith in man, in the person. You don't put all your faith. You don't put all your eggs in one basket.
Okay.
So that's why I've been a person that's always been trying to teach myself certain things. You ain't gonna be able to learn everything, but you want to learn enough to have that knowledge, you know. Yeah, and that's how I am. I hate relying on people, because people, when you like, I learned when trying to rely on people, people's gonna move when they are ready to move. If I need somebody to do something, but I don't have the means to do it, and I have to rely on that person don't have the urgency to do something for me, because they're, whatever it is that's at stake, they're not at stake. You are. So they're going to move when they feel like it. And to be at the mercy of somebody else is the worst feeling ever, especially if you're a grown ass man.
What?
So you have to at some point be independent and be able to do things for yourself, you know?
Really? Dohalim.
I hate that feeling. I really hate that feeling. So that's why
Dohalim, I'm
it
going
just
to look
in me
into
to
some
want to
seasonal
learn
fishing
shit and
spots.
just do stuff on my own.
By all means.
Leave the preparations to me as well. I'll
And
bring
plus
the
what-
rods.
And plus,
Would you
the only
prefer your
person you
fish
can rely
served
on is
grilled or
yourself.
raw?
I'll trust your
That's the only
judgment,
person you can
Kisara.
rely on is yourself, because I have the mentality is, if something's going to fail, I want it to fail because it was my fault. I don't want something to fail because I had to rely on somebody else and somebody else was incompetent, or somebody else couldn't do what they were supposed to do. And I have in the back of my head, well, damn, if I would have just did it myself, I wouldn't be in this situation. But now I'm in this situation because of somebody else, because I relied on somebody else. I don't like that feeling. I really don't like that feeling, yo. I really don't. Now, if you have to, in order to rely on, and also too, when it comes to rely on people, you have to know who you can rely on, which also too, that person's ethics, that person's values, their morality and stuff like that. So you also have to sort those things out too when it comes to people. You gotta look at their character. You really have to look at their character. Can't just rely on anybody. And I think that's where everybody fail at. Everybody rely on the wrong people. People befriend the wrong people. People even know that certain people are screwed up, but still insist on trying to rely on them. It's like self-sabotaging, you know?
This shall suffice. Please, everyone, have as much as you like.
Yeah, you can't do that, man. So, if the guys don't walk away from the stream with something, at least walk away with that, man. You have to stop and just, man, my nose itch. You have to be self-reliant, man. You have to get up and you have to do it yourself, man. Don't rely on people all the time. You have to have faith and confidence in your own abilities. And learn a new skill, man. Learn a new skill. Sometimes you have to step out of your comfort zone. Learn something that you wouldn't want to learn, but learn it. Because it can help you in the long run. It can benefit you in the long run. And it can benefit others. It can get you places. It can get you to places, you know? Like, I never thought I would animate and get into animation. I wanted to be a game director. I wanted to start my own company and direct my own games. I wanted to write my own stories and stuff. But I never thought a day in my life that I'd be animating and creating hentai and doing all kinds of other things. I never thought I would be filming. I never thought I'd be directing films when I was in college and stuff, like my own little short films and stuff. I never thought I would be doing those things. Well, I tried something that was out of my comfort zone, you know? So you have to do that as a person, man. Step out of your comfort zone.
Go no
do things
further.
you normally wouldn't do. Add new skills to your arsenal. You know what I'm saying?
Look sharp! Eat this! I'm gone! Take this!
Okay.
This one's mine.
That's it!
I'll finish you here and now.
Going in!
Rip and tear.
This one's
Be
mine!
still.
Charge like that could easily be
Yeah,
fatal.
okay, now.
Just as well I'm here to stop it! Far enough! Eagle Dawn! On guard! That's it!
Demon Fang.
Flaming meteor!
Eternal devastation.
This one's
Not in
mine!
your dream.
Take this! Going in! Take this! Tiger Blade!
Combos on.
Raging Lightning.
I'll smash you.
This one's mine! Flaming meteor!
The water
shot.
Take
dance. Now I'm in the groove.
On guard!
I feel the power flowing through me.
You'll be able to help even more
Yeah,
people
don't be
now.
stuck in the box,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, I
And
guess I will.
and that's another thing, especially us as African Americans. Us as African Americans, man, we put ourselves in a box. We complain about society and we talk about, you know, white people and all this other type of stuff, stereotyping, putting us in a box, but we put ourselves in a box. We do the most stereotypical things and we stick to things that we know. Like me growing up, a lot of black people would think I'm weird or call me weird because I listen to different types of music. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I don't listen to rap or R&B and stuff, especially back in the 90s or early 2000s, people look at me strange, or black people look at me strange, or whatever like that. You know what I'm saying? Because they expect me to be a certain, sticking within a stereotype, you know? So you want to branch out and do something different. Do something out of your comfort zone. Add new skills to your arsenal. You know what I'm saying? It improves your. Think of your life as an MMO.
One's mine.
You want to increase your stats. You know what I'm saying? That's how I see it. Life is like an MMO, man.
We're interrupted.
Build your character up.
Going Tiger Blade! That's it!
You're mine. Rising Wyvern.
Far enough! Look sharp!
And the problem is, the reason why your life is the way it is at times too, man, because you put points in the wrong stat.
Eternal devastation. You pay for that.
Jeez.
Confiscated.
It's time. Take this. I've let you all down.
This one's all mine.
Jeez, man.
Eat dirt.
Tempest Whirl.
You're finished.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Shockwave flash. Damn it. It's too fast.
Stand back. I'll trip it up.
No escape. You're mine. You're finished. Here I come. It's over. It's over. Shockwave flash. Rising Wyvern. You're. Take this. You're. This isn't looking good.
Now or never.
There! Here I come! Rising Wyvern! You're finished! Great! Next! Mirage! Take this! You're mine! It's over! Try harder!
Woo!
It's on!
Let's go.
Shockwave Flash! Rising Wyvern! You picked the wrong fight!
My combos on.
Here I come! Pierce! Shockwave! Pierce!
Ah!
Here I come!
My man's like full different.
You're mine! It's open! Take this! You're...
Did it again.
You're...
Yo, this dude.
I'm not done! Here I come! You're finished! Rising Wyvern! Here I come! Take this! Take this!
on. You should have been dead already.
Can't get out of this!
Shockwave flash! Take this! This one's all mine! Eat dirt! Take this! Shockwave flash! Rising wyvern!
Whew, Jesus.
Does anyone
Like
else
he's
think
doing
this
read
may
for
be
a minute.
just
Yeah.
a bit too
Or
tough
getting
for
the
us?
game for now, not in fact for what you were saying too. Yeah, get one shot in this game. So he's I don't understand, bro. Like this game has, like, to me, bad balancing issues. Because one minute you can go on through, you can sweep through an area, then the next minute out of nowhere, like these dudes taking bricks on you. Like I don't understand where the balance is at. Especially I'm doing mad leveling, and then out of nowhere, I don't understand how this works. Especially the bosses in this game. It's like I don't know what I don't understand the balancing at all. Oh yeah, back what I was saying, yeah, man. Yeah, think of your life as an MMO, man. You have to build character, learn new abilities. And the reason why our lives are the way it is at times, because just like RPGs where you have like BioWare games where you make certain choices that affect the outcome of the story and stuff. Also, too, the reason why we're at where we're at in our life is because of the choices that we make. It's like a video game. It's like an MMO. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you put the points, you take your skill points and stuff, and sometimes you put them in the wrong stats, and then you get and your character ends up not being, as good as it could possibly be if you took the stats and put them in other areas. So yeah, see life like that at times. See like a game, like an MMO. No, I ain't gonna do that.
No choice.
This one's mine! Good shot! Now I'm headed through! Crumble!
Talon Hurricane!
I'm gone! One more!
One keeps charging us.
That's what my shield's for! Get behind me!
Got it. I'll leave it to you.
Now I'm in the
Nice.
I'm gone! Do it!
Look
Idiot.
sharp. Lightning Tiger Blade.
Dance in the wind!
Yeah, I don't understand the enemies and how it works at times. One minute I'm like beating them and they can't do nothing to me, and then the next minute these people take like massive bricks from you, and then and especially I'm higher levels than most of the monsters. Like, it's crazy. Cover once again. Yeah, man, it's so much game. It's so many games that have been announced that was revealed that I didn't even cover on the channel or anything. I've just been so busy, man. So I have a lot of catching up to do as far as content is concerned. So I can give you my thoughts and stuff. What I think about some of the games that's been revealed and some of the betas for games that has been announced and stuff like that. So that's something that's gonna be fun to go over with you guys. yeah, so the reason why I'm doing content now is because as far as my 3D hentai is concerned, for my Patreon, my clip stores and stuff like that, I have did so much work. I'm like 3 months I have 3 months of work that I did this month. So that means I can actually go back and do YouTube videos and other content because I did like 3 months worth of work. So I can just schedule all my releases, my 3D hentai like releases on the platforms that I'm on for the next 3 months. So that's why you see me streaming right now. I wouldn't say I wouldn't say I burnt myself out. I just did so much, and now I want to do something different. So of course I'll still be animating, but I won't be hardcore animating, you know, for the next couple of weeks and stuff like that, because I've done so much. And plus the holidays is coming up, so I want to relax. I want to play some games. I want to do some, you know, YouTube and Twitch content and stuff like that, and of course working on my Venus and Ryan comic stuff. So that's the good thing about it. And plus for me, man, like doing hentai all day, man, you become numb to when it comes to sex and all kinds of stuff like that, because you in front of it all day. You know, I like when I'm animating, if I need a reference for like blowjob animation, like you know, positions and stuff like that, that means I have to go to Pornhub, or go to X Hamster, go to X videos and stuff, and just look at a couple blowjob videos so I can be able to like, okay, I want to simulate this, so I have to animate like this, how I want her neck to move, how I want her head to move, and how I want to make the dick move and stuff like that on certain things. So after a while, I become numb to it. So you know, that's what I talked about it before in one of my videos, talking about how I have to give myself a break from this stuff after a while and stuff like that. So I did 3 months worth of stuff, so I was like, man, I'm getting numb to this shit. So let me just get away from it for a little bit and play some video games. You know what I'm saying? So
It's on! Dragon shout! On guard! It's on!
Lightning orb!
You're mine! It's over!
One more!
This one is mine!
This one's mine!
That's it!
Here goes!
Blow away!
Wind astral energy! Dance in the wind!
Leave the ensnaring to me.
Yeah! And the pummeling to me!
Going in! Far enough! Look sharp!
Now you see what I can do!
That's it!
Dragon swarm!
Look sharp!
Sonic Fury!
Look sharp!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Raging cascade!
Eat this! Blade!
Sealed!
Eat this!
I'll be
Talon Hurricane! Pierce through!
Dynamic different! Lightning orb!
Going in!
nice.
Let's refrain from losing.
Yeah, so I'm just level grinding right now. I'm not gonna move forward or progress in the story right now. I want to level grind. I want to get to the point where this area is like nothing to me. And when it gets to that point, then it's time to move forward. You know.
Out of my way!
Whirlwind Hurricane!
Dance in the
Whirlwind
wind!
Alpha!
Air
Going in!
blast!
That's it!
I'll tear you! This one's mine!
Now
This
Blazing
one's mine!
River! Soaring Light Spear!
Blade!
Mirage!
Look
Silver
sharp!
Dash!
One more!
Rising Light! No further! Stardust!
I'll be
Rising
saving this
Falcon!
one!
Follow dance! One keeps charging us!
That's what my sheep.
No. I'm trying to do that.
Here goes!
Get behind me!
Got it! I'll leave it to you!
This one's mine!
Hard to the leveling!
Finish it!
Magic is it!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
There's always room for improvement.
like this, you gotta do it. Yeah, what it is. Do you honestly like this game compared to the other Tales games? All right, yeah, that's a good question, Radio. All right, I'm like conflicted. Now, as far as this Tales game is concerned, the game looks beautiful, and the gameplay, I love the combat system in this game. This combat system has so much to it, so it's so much involved. I could spend all day just doing the combos, and the hit sound effects. It just sounds so satisfying. I love this game. I like it. I really, really do enjoy this game. I think this game still has an issue that I can't stand. Is what most of the more recent Tales games have been doing, and it still have this problem. Like this game feels very confined. It still feels it's very, very linear. It's very linear. Like, look at the environment. Look how beautiful they have. This game has some gorgeous environments, but my problem is, it's an illusion. It's made to look like it's really vast. It's really big, but when you look at the map, there's really no, like, it's one direction. You're only going one direction. Really. You really don't have to explore any of this. None of this stuff really there's really nothing viable in this area at all. Really nothing. So all I have to do is trek forward. Just keep trucking along. So that's the only thing about this game. Like, they have these massive, beautiful environments, but there's really nowhere to go in them. There's really no real interaction with them. You're just moving in a straight line. But the way the environments are made it gives you the illusion that it's open when the game is really not. This game is really linear. And the old Tales is like the newer Tales games are straying away from that openness. This game has no world map. Everything seems so confined and condensed. Like this the thing. This is why I'm scared for Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2. Is because now in that game you're moving outside of Midgard. And Final Fantasy VII has a world map. Now, in the remake, are they going to give us a traditional world map, or are they going to make an open world like Final Fantasy 15, which I didn't like either? Or are they going to give us what they're doing with Tales of Arise, where they give us these conjoint areas where you just navigate through to get to towns and stuff? But my problem with that is what a lot of the newer Tales games are doing. Everything feels so confined and close together. Like, I'll give you an example. Like, I'm going through a grassy jungle, right? But the next zone over is automatically, you look, it's snowy. You're in a snowy terrain. And then you go from a snowy terrain, now you're in a desert. You see how everything, like, these lands don't feel like open lands. Everything feels so connected together. Everything, it feels artificial. You get what I'm saying? If I'm explaining it right, I know, like, sometimes I have a hard time explaining things, but that's how it feels to me. Like, this place right here, it looks like a forest, but it feels like a dungeon. If you can get what I'm saying, it feels like a dungeon. It doesn't feel like I'm actually out in an open field. That's my only gripe, and the balancing with the monster, like with the enemies and stuff. It's like 1 minute, like you're like a beast mauling through things, and then the next thing you know, like the enemies just like mauling you down with one hit, and like, where the hell did this come from? Especially the boss fights. The boss fights are stupid. Yo, what's up, Arcana? The boss fights are stupid. Like, they're fun, but then you get the boss to a certain health, and then they pull out this stupid ass like gameplay mechanic that can instantly take you out so fast. Like, it doesn't make sense. Especially when you just creaming them like you destroying them. But other than that, man, I'm enjoying this game. I love the characters. The characters are really well written in this game. The storytelling is really, really good in this game. So I have no gripes with that. And like I said, the gameplay is good. Like I said, my only gripes is how linear the game is. The game doesn't feel open at all. Everything feels so confined and like so condensed, you know?
Gotta break through.
Ready to go!
Armor won't save you! Far enough!
Double Demon Fang!
On guard!
No chance! Surprise! This one's mine!
Sleep now.
I suck it!
Thanks, Kitara.
This one's mine! Flaming me!
Not today!
Do it! Going in!
Totally! In an instant!
Impact block!
Swallow dance! Double Demon Fang!
Damn.
Sleep now.
Guardian!
It's time!
Alright, let me out!
Now I'm in the groove! Rongo!
Raging storm. More where that came from.
Can't get out of this!
All in order! I'll finish you here and now! You're mine!
Lightning descent.
Anything in armor is all mine!
Ready.
Going in! I can carve through armor!
One more! Flaming meteor! Do it!
Demon Fang! In an instant!
Impact block!
There we go.
Everyone's still
Oh,
in
what's
one
up,
piece?
Boris, man? Long
Yep.
time no see,
I
man.
barely worked up a sweat.
Yeah, Boris. You've been calling my phone, but I had to get a new phone because the old my old phone had the screen cracked. I couldn't touch on it and everything, so I couldn't even answer your calls that you sent me. I couldn't answer nobody's text messages. Couldn't do none of that. Yo, what's up? What's up? Yeah, Boris. So what's going on? And also too, I got my new phone. All my contacts came over, but for some reason, I can't. It doesn't give me you guys like your name. Like everybody, like in my contacts, when people call, their name don't show up. It's just the number. So a lot of people that's been calling me, I can't recognize the number. Like I'm so used to people's name popping up. So okay, this person's calling me. So even if you text me, Boris, your name Boris won't show up. So I have to know you. I have to recognize your phone number, or whatever. I don't. So this new phone, it's the ThinQ by Verizon. So I have to figure out this phone. I'm not really a phone savvy guy. Like as long as my phone, I'm able to call and text and check, check through my apps for like my business and stuff. That's all. I don't really like dig through phones and see how things work with the phone. So yeah, that's why if you haven't, I got a new phone. And the thing was, I was trying to hold out until my plan. I have to renew my plan. That's why people been calling me. I haven't been able to answer nobody. My screen was destroyed, so I couldn't touch the screen, couldn't read nothing. So now I got a new phone. So yeah, if you do call me again, Boris, or text me like that, I'll be able to answer or whatever like that. Yeah. Yeah, man, I haven't been gaming for the past 2 months, so I haven't played Tales of Arise for 2 months, so now I'm picking the game back up again. So I'm trying to get familiar with the controls all over again and everything. And that new Star Ocean game was announced, so I'm a big Star Ocean fan. I don't know how to feel about the new Star Ocean. I have to see more. It looks okay. I don't really like the main character design, how he looks or whatever, and it's starting to stray away and look too much like Phantasy Star, and it's like it's doing like a Xenoblade approach to it, which I'm not really a fan of. It's like it's trying to copy other games, and it shouldn't do that. But I want to make a video about it on the Game Team channel when I get a chance.
Mirage! Dragon Form!
This one's mine! Denied! Going in!
A charge like that could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop it! Going in! One more!
Talon Hurricane!
Equal!
You here and now!
Look sharp!
Storm!
No chance! Surprise! Supernova!
That's it!
Demon Fang!
Can't get out of this!
Swallow Blade!
There you go.
In an instant!
Impact block!
Lightning descent.
No!
Rip it
Going in!
Rising Reaper!
I'm just getting
Going in!
Nice. A lot of combos in this game.
Everybody okay?
We're all right, Alphen.
No, the thing is, no, I love Xenoblade. I love the Xenoblade games. I do love the games. I'm just saying, like, that's not for Star Ocean. You hear what I'm saying? You said you halfway there. You said you almost done the game. Yeah. I kind of figured because my brother Keel Lantern DX Strike got the game, Tales. So yeah, I know I'm halfway there because they beat the game before I did. Because them dudes was fiending every day. Me, I was taking breaks and doing all this other type of stuff. So yeah, I know I'm almost there. I know I'm at least halfway there. But yeah, Radio, like I like Xenoblade. I like the world and stuff like that. It's just that's not Star Ocean though. You know, you get what I'm saying? Yeah, Star Ocean's starting to look like Phantasy Star. Like I'm not liking that because like Star Ocean had like a. It was like a fantasy, but had futuristic aspects. You know what I'm saying? Where you have primitive, you have like primitive environments, like kingdoms, castles, knights with sword and shield, but it was mixed with technology in certain aspects. And it still dealt with sorcery and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And now it's starting to get too future type, like it's starting to like other RPGs that's already out.
Going in. No, it's not. Look sharp. Lightning Tiger Blade. Surprise. This one's mine. Sword Rain out. On guard. One more.
More for the stockpile.
Going in. That's it.
Blah, blah, blah.
This one's mine.
Tidal wave.
Going in. One more.
Here I come.
Now.
Blow away.
Raging cascade.
Take this.
Breath. Hurry, Marvelous.
It's over.
Arcane waterfall.
Look
Here.
sharp. That's it.
I'll be saving this one.
Light up the dark.
Thanks.
Dance in the wind.
Rising Wyvern.
Sleep now.
Attack time.
More for the stockpile.
This one's mine.
Demon Fang.
More for the
Demon Fang.
Dance in the
Guardian
wind.
Field.
Sleep now. I'll be saving this one.
Rising Wyvern.
Going in.
I can't remember.
Freeze Lancer. I can do this all day.
Tiger Blade.
Look sharp.
Lightning Tiger Blade. Does anyone else think this may be just a bit too tough for us?
Well, yeah, Radioactive. I agree. The only thing I didn't like about Till the End of Time, Till the End of Time, the only gripe I had with Till the End of Time is that's when the franchise started going linear. It started getting very linear, the franchise. Like the first two games was very open, then Till the End of Time started becoming a bit linear, and the only thing that turned me off from Till the End of Time was the ending or the story. When you found out that the characters was in a video game or a virtual simulation, that none of the characters were real, that kind of destroyed everything that I thought of that game. I understand they was trying to do some meta commentary with that, but I didn't like that twist. That was not the twist that I was expecting. I really didn't like that. That you found out that the world that you in, the main character, all you guys are computer programs, and everybody and the human beings like us, we're watching the main characters in them like it's a television show or some crap like that. That really messed me up. I didn't want to play the game after that no more. I was like, why? I was like, Star Ocean, what the hell? And now you're the AI, you're the computer program that's trying to fight for, to be sentient, You don't want to be a tool or something like entertainment to human beings. You want to fight to be real. Like I didn't like that too much. That wasn't like that didn't seem like Star Ocean to me at all, that type of plot. Yeah, it wasn't executed well. Yeah, exactly, man. Like, I was not a fan of that, dude. When I found that truth out, dude, I was like, "Are you serious?" I was like, "Y'all really ruined this. Y'all really ruined this for me, Square. Like, y'all Tri-Ace, y'all really did that. Y'all did me wrong with that."
Here goes.
And let me see, when Till the End of Time came out, I was in 12th grade. Yeah, I was in 12th grade when that game came out. I remember in class talking to me and my friend, we were all talking about that.
Your dreams.
Far enough. That's it.
Tear! No further!
Wind Astro Energy! Dance in the wind! Air thrust! Light Astro Dance in the wind!
Take
Air
it!
thrust!
Sword Rain Alpha!
This
Damn.
one's mine!
It sucks not having a healer right now.
Thunderblade!
Their arts were interrupted.
I could do without this
Guardian
pain.
Field!
Let me heal for a second.
Stay away from my friend! Double Demon Fang!
Eat this! All edgy! I'll smash you!
Thunder Field!
Talon Storm!
Hard now!
This one's mine!
First strike!
Dually! In an instant!
Impact
Block!
Eat
Double
this!
Demon Fang!
I'm on a roll now!
Demon Fang!
Eagle
Now!
Fly! All Alchemist!
Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade!
I can feel my power growing!
Yeah, that damage, dog. Like, that damage, man. Like, damn. Keep level grinding. This is getting ridiculous. Yeah, let's rest up, man. Because these dudes is like, we getting effed up.
Sleeping on the ground beneath the heavens like this.
Good. This came out just the way I hoped. Make sure to get some good rest.
Crazy. New skills. So when sent flying, press R2 to recover and land without being dead. Oh, okay. These are skills I should have been got, I guess.
I think we've rested long enough. Let's keep moving.
He said, and want to try out SMTV or not? What's SMTV? One second. Oh, no, I'm not interested in Megami. Kill Lancer got it, though. I'm not really into monster collecting. Like, Pokemon used to be the thing for me, but I'm not really into the monster collecting. Plus, the game looks just too weird. I don't like the design of any of the monsters. I'm good. Not my kind of game.
It'll be a breeze. Get in, get out.
Glimmer Dragon!
Going in.
Not in your dreams!
Talon Storm.
Take
On
this!
guard.
It's
One
over!
more.
Hurricane! Raining
Ha!
Thrust!
Lightning Descent!
I'm on a roll now.
Thunderblade!
Talon
Take it.
Hurricane. Take this.
Stardust!
Going in.
Rising
Hard
Thrust!
That's it.
Octane
Be
On
still!
Waterfall!
guard.
In here!
One more.
More for the stockpile!
Talon
The waters of creation!
Not
Dance
today!
immortal
Watch
tidal
this.
wave!
On guard. That's it.
Rising Wyvern!
No chance. Surprise.
Let's go here!
There we go.
Hey.
Blow them away!
Now! Look sharp! Never once save you!
Here I come!
There we go. Okay, let's go.
First strike! You're mine! Dragon shout!
Going in!
Sharpwood strike!
Denied! Eagle assault!
Sword
Look
Rain
sharp!
Alpha!
Talon
One
Sword!
more! Lightning flash!
Going in! One more!
Now!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Yeah. Yeah, when I first saw the
unstoppable.
gameplay to the new Shin Megami, I was like, nah, that's not for me. It's no doubt it's probably a good game, but it's just not my cup of tea.
That's far enough!
Ready!
I'm on it! Sword Rain
Look
Alpha!
sharp!
Not on my watch!
Look sharp! One more!
This one's mine!
That's enough! This one's mine! Tiger Blade!
Data Fang!
Eat this! Guardian Field!
Swallow Blade!
Thanks!
Eagle
Just
Fly!
roll it out.
Sword!
Let's get it done! Now!
Lunar Rocket!
Now I'm in the groove! Take this one's mine!
Double Demon Fang!
Look sharp! Do it! Crouch too far! This
Raise
one's
it
mine!
Devastation!
Steel River!
Oh, where the hell? Oh, this one's
I'm
out of
gone!
my
Ready,
health.
chance! Surprise! Going in!
This one's all
Assault!
mine.
Tiger Blade! Do it! Eagle
Double
Fly!
in an instant!
Impact Block! Surprise!
Like extra
I'm gone!
energy.
Far enough! I'm gone!
Rising
One
Wiper!
more.
Not today!
Going in! One more!
In a bind?
Tiger Blade!
Rolling!
We got extra energy!
I'm ready to go!
I'm
Let
on
us
finish
go!
Look
Nice.
sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
My top 5 female RPG characters.
I think
I'm telling you right now, Kisara is now in one of my top 5s. The chick that I'm using right now in this game, like, she's the definition of empowered, beautiful, and still feminine in every regard. Like, she has leadership quality, she's strong, she's tough, but she also has a mother hen type of personality to her, because she cares about the party members. She's like a mother to all the characters. She's always like for instance, Rimwheel and Law. She treats them like that's her kids, and she for some reason, like she has this urge where she wants to wash their clothes. She cooks, she cleans. She's a fighter. She weaves. She does people's clothes, and she's caring. But she's a badass at the same time, and she's beautiful, and she got a nice ass too. The way they designed her and stuff. She's everything. That's how you can do a strong character. If you was to take Kisara and put her in like a Western developed game, she'll have a lesbian haircut. She'll look like a dude. She's flat chested, and she's talking down to men. That's how they would design her if they made her in a Western style, for real.
sprightlier than before.
Well, she's like now. She's like she's in. I have to update my waifu list. She's on there. She's really a good, like a strong, empowered female character, but feminine.
Gotta break through!
Like, she's dope. I love using this character. And she's the tank. She's the only tank in this game.
Take this!
And rightfully so.
Look sharp! Take this! Going in! Take this! Flaming meteor!
Lightning away!
Look sharp!
In here!
Not done!
That's it! Tiger Blade! Flaming meteor!
Stand back. I'll trip it up.
Now you see what I can do!
Look sharp!
Lightning condense!
Guardian Field! All right, let me at him!
power of light! All right, let me at him!
Totally! In an instant! Impact block!
Some I can handle it! Far enough! Now! Going in!
There we go.
Look
I'm
sharp.
used to it.
Lightning Tiger Blade!
How's that?
Just rush down.
Rising Wiper!
One more!
Lunar Rondo!
Lightning orb!
Going in!
Not today!
Plenty left! All good things. Plenty left!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
The rest of the top 5 waifus.
Everyone hanging in there?
Well, you gotta look at my waifu list. More of a basic she guy himself, but she's good and got that attitude. Yeah. Yeah, man, they designed, they did a real good job. That's how, I don't understand why Western developers can't do that. Like the chick gotta be ugly as hell in Western developed games. In order for her to be empowered, she has to look like a dude and with the lesbian haircut. She has to act like a man.
Little help!
Talon Hurricane!
In a bind?
This one's mine! Crumble! Flaming Meteor! This one's mine!
Wind! Talon Hurricane!
Ready!
Look sharp!
Freeze Lancer! Too much to handle?
Guardian Field! I'm ready to go!
I'm on it!
Confiscated!
I owe you one!
Hurricane!
Rip and tear!
Going in!
Double Demon Fang!
This one's mine!
Double Demon! Not today!
In here!
This one's mine!
More for the
Crumble!
downside!
Nothing gets by me! Slash! Far enough!
Rising Wiper!
Storm! More where that came from!
I'll smash you! Finish it!
gone.
Totally! In an instant! Impact block!
A comfortable win.
Play nor experience the game. Show move count. Yup. Yep.
It's on!
The earth throbs in pain.
Photon blast!
Light up the dark! Alright, let me out! You can use a hand!
More for
This
the
one's
downside!
mine!
The water
Look sharp!
magic
This one's
God.
mine!
Ah!
Rising Wiper!
Light up the dark! You could use a hand!
Arctic waterfall!
Alright, let me at him! Alright, let me at him! Guardian Field! Alright, let me at him! Flaming Meteor!
This one's mine!
Dance in the wind!
Look sharp!
Seal!
I'm on it! Double
Water
Demon Fang!
curry!
You're done!
I'm
Demon
gone!
Fang!
Take this!
Swallow dance!
Nothing gets by me!
You're done! I'm on it!
Lightning
I'll
orb!
run you through! I'm on it!
You cannot!
Purge malevolence!
Eat this!
Magic is there!
Reaver won't
save you!
Coming in!
Can't get out of
Now!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
I charge my controller up. Hold up.
Could have been worse.
Yes, it definitely could have been worse. Yeah, yeah, also, man, I also played the Dark Souls Final Fantasy game, Final Fantasy Origins with my brothers on the PS5. We'll be doing a video on that on the Game Fiends channel, so definitely stay tuned and look forward to that. Because, to be honest with you guys, the game is actually fun, man, and it's multiplayer. It's literally a 3-player Demon Soul game. It's an actual multiplayer Demon Soul game, but with Final Fantasy as the theme, with class system and everything, and it's actually fun. Like we got gameplay footage and everything of the beta. So I'll definitely do a video. I'll definitely be doing a video on that.
Eat this! Swallow dance! I'm on it! You're gone! How about this? Hurricane strike! Swallow this one's mine!
It's on!
Hurricane strike!
Not today! I'll run you through!
Look sharp!
I'm on it!
I'm
You're
gone!
sword rain alpha!
Curveball!
Swallow dance!
All things you do it now!
Demon Fang! Double Demon
Eat
Fang!
this!
Destruction!
I'm on it! Now I'm real mad!
Swallow Blade!
Hurricane!
I'm on it!
You require a hand.
Sword rain
No
alpha!
further!
Right!
Shattering pieces! Attack time!
Rising
Swallow
Wyvern!
dance! I'll smash you! What's this?
Looks like we got them all.
But it's fun. Yeah, have you played? But like, I to be honest, like I said, like I don't play. I'm not really a Souls fan, and the only reason why I'm enjoying the game because it has multiplayer, and it makes the game a whole lot better for me. As a person who don't play Souls games, so I'm able to play with my brothers. I'm enjoying the game. If you're not playing with friends or somebody you know, I can understand why you wouldn't enjoy the game. But I enjoy it because I'm able to play with my brother, and the game is a whole lot more fun that way. So I definitely probably be picking that up when it launches. Excuse me. Get Mystic Arts. Square and yeah, Square and training. Okay, cool. That's what I need to know.
Seriously? Is this a joke?
One more!
Not today!
Lightning raging cascade!
Look sharp!
In here!
Take this! Tiger Blade!
Thunderblade! I can
Look
use
sharp!
it all day!
One more!
Raging cascade! Spread!
This one is mine!
Air thrust!
Flaming meteor! Going in! Take this!
Sonic Thrust!
Going in! Take this! Crumble! Eat this!
In a vine?
Going in! On guard!
I'll tear you
Light
apart!
astral energy! More with
Tiger Blade! Flaming meteor!
With this, I can become even stronger.
Yeah, Aiden Chronicles. Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to. Aiden Chronicles, I believe that's what it's called, or however you pronounce it. I'm looking forward to that because, like, I'm a really big Sekuden fan because, like, my first RPGs on the PS1 when the PS1 launched was I had Beyond and Beyond, and Sekuden was like my my first like RPG. This is way before Final Fantasy VII came out. And man, Sekuden, man, really good RPG franchise. I didn't really enjoy. Well, I only played Sekuden 1 and I had Sekuden 4. Didn't really like 4. But my brother had 3. I didn't get a chance to get 2. But Sekuden, the first game, I always replayed that game hundreds and hundreds of times because I just loved the first game. The game had over 108 characters or 101 characters, can't remember. And it was a JRPG with 101 characters or so. And the storyline was so compelling. And even with all those characters, each character did have something interesting. And the thing about Sekuden was if the character had died during like those war sequences or during certain events, that character would die and you like within the game story period. That means you would never be able to get them again within the story. So it changes certain characters' endings when certain characters die. So you had to keep characters alive and stuff. Like it was a really good game. So the creators who left Konami and started their own company and now got the Yaden Chronicles, that's literally a spiritual successor to Sekuden. And this is gonna have, I believe that game's gonna have over 100 characters in it too. So I'm looking, oh my god, dude, I'm looking forward to that game. I really am. Yeah, when it came to Sekuden, it did have a variety of gameplay because you had the turn-based and then you had the war simulator, where it's like a real-time strategy, like an RTS. And I loved that strategy to the RTS strategy that it had. And that was the strategy. That was the part where you can actually, if your characters were killed, like your characters that you got in your party as part of this, that's in the story, if they were killed during those segments, they were gone from the game completely. It was dope, man. And then every time you beat the game, because I didn't get all 100 characters at the time. I had got only like 98 characters in the first second of the game. But when you beat the game, as the credits are going down, the characters' portraits would show up. The characters that you got in your game, in your party, that you recruited into your kingdom and stuff. They gave you backstory. They tell you the ending of each character. They even tell you that some characters eventually end up dying because they end up going back to war or other type of things. Like, the game felt so personal. It was a deep story, man. Love that game. I was a kid during that time when that game came out. I believe when Sekuden came out, I think I was in like 5th grade, I think. Yeah, Sekuden is a really good game. And then you had 6 party members. Like when you play the game, you have 6. You're commanding 6 characters in the turn-based gameplay mechanic. Now, the good thing about the fun thing about Sekuden as well, in Sekuden, certain characters have a personal relationship with each other. Like if they have a personal relationship with each other, like if they're best friends, some of them may be siblings, so some might be husband and wife, some might be boyfriend and girlfriend. If you have them both in your party, they will have an extra menu that will pop up in the command, and you can do command attacks with those characters. Sometimes you can have 3 characters that have a triple team attack, or 4 characters if they all have some type of relation with each other in some type of way. Some, like I said, some are husband and wife, some are boyfriend and girlfriend, some are brothers and sisters, some are brothers, some are homies. And if you put them in the same party, you get a specific type of attack or whatever, which was really dope. Oh man, Sekuden was good, man. And now Yaden Chronicles is coming out. I'm getting that game. It's Sekuden written all over that game. Yup. That game was dope. And Sekuden 1 was so sad, man. So sad. Like you watch your homies die, man. Like you had to eventually fight your father, and your father was raising you to be the next knight, because your father was named T.O. McDowell, and he was part of the McDowell family. And then you get caught up in this conspiracy, which I won't spoil, but man, you end up finding out that the kingdom that you're working for is corrupt and there is an evil conspiracy going on, and you have to end up joining this liberation army, and the leader Odessa, she ends up dying, so she passed the leadership to you, and then you have to recruit the different characters, and as you build your kingdom, your base, and you recruit more people, because as you recruit people, they will add things to your base. Like this one guy, he was an inventor. He was the person that invented the elevator. So once I recruited him, because certain characters you had to do like special quests for. You know, RPG. So would you say that Sekuden actually evolved the genre of RPGs compared to others? Like, yeah, Sekuden did evolve. It was different. I never played the game like this before. So we recruited this inventor. We had to do a favor for him. Once we recruited him, he added an elevator, because like he was pitching the ideal of an elevator, and everybody thought he was crazy. So we recruited him, and he built us an elevator for our kingdom, our castle. So that means, because as you start developing, like as you start recruiting people or whatever, you have to start providing rooms for your people. And the thing was, we ended up having 5 floors, but you had to keep walking up the staircase. But once you got the inventor, we got an elevator. So now the elevator made traveling in your castle, your kingdom, or your base of operations much easier and stuff like that. It was so dope. And then we found we got a fisherman, so we was able to provide. We was able to get food. We got a chef, and then we got this one chick who was a chemist and stuff. So once you recruited her, we had a store. She brought a shop to our base of operations. Then we found a blacksmith. Now he's able to smith our weapons. So I didn't have to rely on going to different towns to get my weapons upgraded. I was able to do it within my castle. And then what happened was there was different blacksmiths. One blacksmith, he was only able to increase the level of your power to a certain point. So as you go through the story and you go through the game, I found another blacksmith. He was a dwarf. Then he was able to increase our weapons to another type of level. Then we found another blacksmith. He was a much higher level than the previous 2. So we brought him to our kingdom, to our base operations. So you now got a bunch of blacksmiths that was able to increase your weapon capabilities and add elements to it. Dude, that game was so dope. It was over 101 characters. 101. And what the game was so sad was because, man, everybody looked up to the McDowell family. Everybody looked up to your father, T.O. McDowell, and you was the next in line. Your father was raising you to take his place to be the protector of the kingdom, and then you find out that your kingdom was corrupted. So then you had to become the liberators, to liberate the people, which means you had to fight your father and his men, because your father, he's a knight. He's sworn. He's like a fiend. He's sworn to protect his kingdom, because he don't think it's kingdom. He don't think that the kingdom that he's fighting for is corrupt or whatever like that. Only you do. You know that the crazy thing was, can you do an average playthrough of Sekuden without recruiting characters and side quests? You have to get a certain amount of characters. Like, let me put it this way. You have characters who are essential to the plot, where you have to recruit, like you recruit them because the story means. There's no way around it. You're going to recruit them. So I would say it's only about, let me see. You have Flint, you have Victor, you have your main character. I would say it's about like 10 characters who are essential, essential to the plot. I would say like 10 or 15 characters who are essential to the plot, which means there's no way around it. You're going to recruit those characters. But everybody else, you can skip them. But that also affects the ending of the game. And they will also affect certain relationships with characters. Like I said, you can recruit one character, and later on you'll find out that character has a brother or a sister or a boyfriend or a girlfriend or a husband or a wife, and you recruit them. That increases the power. It makes it like so. I would say this: it'd be foolish for you to skip a lot of characters. There's some characters that's hard to get, because some of them have crazy requirements, which you have to do favors for them, or there's vague hints. You would talk to them, how you can tell a character's important, because they don't look like an NPC, and plus those characters have a portrait or whatever. And there were some characters that I couldn't get, was because they're it's like the requirement was so vague. Like they would mention something to you, or no, they don't even know who you are. It's like you would walk in on a conversation, or something would happen along the lines where you talk to the townspeople regarding that particular character. So you have to try to solve that character's problem, or find a particular item. So there were some things that I couldn't find, or it's a certain item that I didn't find, or whatever favor that I couldn't get that character. Yeah, the game, like, yo, dude, like, that was a game, and that, like I said, man, it was so sad because you had to end up fighting your dad, and your dad, he sees you like this. He said, I never thought this would be the day I had to fight my own son. And he said, look, I'm not gonna hold back. Like, you're an enemy to the kingdom. You're my son, like, son or not. Like, if you're going to be an enemy of the kingdom, even if you're my son, I'm going to have to kill you. You have to fight your son. You have to fight your father. Yo, man, that game was so good, man. Oh, so which games are essential? You have to play the first game. Suikoden 4 is the origin. It's like the prequel. It's the prequel. Like, cause the game jumps around. Like, most of them don't connect, because with the way Suikoden works is, Suikoden is a story based after an actual Chinese or Japanese mythology, I think, or like these stories where Suikoden's about youth getting together to fight against pretty much the government, pretty much. Like, the people are being oppressed. It's like it's about classism, and it's always about a young youth getting together, recruiting other youths to pretty much fight the establishment because of how they're mistreating the people, separating people in classes and stuff like that, a corrupt kingdom or government and stuff like that. So each game takes place in a different land. So you don't really need to play all the games, because most of them don't none of them really connects, except for, like I said, you'll every Suikoden game revolves around these things called runes. Runes are special abilities that the main characters will have, or certain characters will have. So some runes will appear in other Suikodens or whatever like that, or some characters that you recruited in previous game will appear in other games, but they're not really connected or tied together at all, because they take place in different countries and different lands, and a different hero, like a different youthful protagonist, comes into fold. So you don't really need to play all of them, but Suikoden 1 you definitely need to play. Definitely need to play. And Suikoden 5 people like, and Suikoden 5 is about a matriarchy where everything is ran by women, and the dudes the men are in like pretty much the background, and they was able to make a story that had women in power while men were in the background, and you're the prince of this queen in Suikoden 5, but a whole conspiracy unfold with that, and you're the prince. And you're in a matriarchy, and you're in a society where everything is ran by women, but the male is the protagonist. It's more to the story and everything. But they was able to write a story where there's a matriarchy, without any agenda. And this is a long time ago. These were good stories. Yeah. RPG with conspiracies is dope, man. And that's the thing. Like, what I like about like games like that, like Final Fantasy Tactics and Suikoden, because the whole time while you're playing the game, you think you're the good guy. You think you're doing the right thing, and then you find out that the people that you're fighting for, the ruler that you're fighting for is corrupt. That you're actually enslaving people and stuff like that. That you're actually the enemy. I love games like that. And the thing is, the game doesn't tell you like right away. You're playing the game thinking you're doing the right thing. That's what I loved about Suikoden and Final Fantasy Tactics. Even in Final Fantasy Tactics, definitely my favorite game, Final Fantasy game of all time. Where the first chapter, you're thinking you're doing the right thing, but you're actually the bad guy.
Eat this!
Not today!
Look sharp.
Light
One more.
Not on my watch.
Here I come! Devastation! Rising Falcon!
I'll stop its charge.
Thanks, Kisara.
You made me angry. That was a bad idea. I'll take you all on. Ha! Flare the Maliter! I'm gone. That's it.
Now,
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
purge malevolence.
Dragon Shell!
This one's
Here I
mine.
come! Sword Lane
The
Alpha!
wind.
This one's mine. Everyone still in
Yup.
one piece?
Yep. I barely worked up a sweat.
That's far enough.
Swallow Dance!
Far enough. Look sharp.
Prepare to be sealed!
More for the
Rising
top.
Wyvern! No further!
Dance to the
This
wind.
one's
In
mine.
here.
Rising Wyvern! Risen Tear!
Look sharp.
Raging
Take
Cascade.
this.
Sleep now.
Tiger Blade.
Saving this one.
It's on!
What's
This one's mine!
Shining
This one's
Supernova.
mine.
More where that came from.
Swallow Blade! I'm on it!
Press. Dance to
Double
the wind.
Demon Fang!
Light up the dark.
I really owe you one!
The power
Demon
of
Fang!
Not on my watch.
Double Demon Fang!
Now I'm in the groove.
It's totally in an instant! Impact Block!
Have I played Tactics Ogre? Dude, like, I don't think you was on that stream, but I have Tactics Ogre on
We're all
PlayStation
right,
because
Alphen.
Final Fantasy Tactics was so awesome. I was looking for the next Tactics game to play, and Tactics Ogre was the game I decided I wanted to play because I thought I was going to get that same feel from Final Fantasy Tactics. And to be honest, I didn't like Tactics Ogre much. I don't know. Final Fantasy Tactics left so impression impression on me. I didn't get that same type of feeling as far as the story is concerned. And I don't know. It just felt like a generic. It felt like a generic Final Fantasy Tactics. But even though Tactics Ogre came out way before Final Fantasy Tactics, and in fact, the people that worked on Final Fantasy Tactics was the person who worked on Tactics Ogre or whatever. So I wasn't really a big fan of Tactics Ogre. The game, don't get me wrong, Tactics Ogre is hard as hell. The thing is about Tactics Ogre, I think with Final Fantasy Tactics, the fact is that I'm familiar with the Final Fantasy brand and the class system. I love the class system that Final Fantasy games have. But Tactics Ogre had like a class system, but the classes felt generic to me. I don't know, I couldn't connect. And the game was super frustrating. And the thing is, if your characters died in that game, they were going for good. Even your main characters. So the game was extremely difficult. And with Tactics Ogre as well, depending on what terrain that you're standing on, they also affect the capabilities of your characters, weapons, and everything. And it was so much to it, and I just couldn't get into it. And even simple regular battles, enemy encounters were difficult. I was young at the time when the game came out too, so if I may have a different opinion if I went back to play it now. Because when Final Fantasy Tactics came out, I believe when Tactics came out, I was in was I in 5th grade when Tactics came out, or was I in 6th grade? No, I was in 5th grade when Tactics came out. Final Fantasy Tactics, and then Tactics Ogre came out a little bit like later, like the following year after that, I believe. And Final Fantasy Tactics, I unlocked Cloud. Once I found out Cloud was in the game, I definitely was invested. I unlocked Cloud, I unlocked Beowulf, I unlocked that mecha robot character, and I unlocked the Beowulf's girlfriend, who was the dragon. Then we turned her human. And then I found that demon monster inside the hidden dungeon. Yeah, so if I was to go back to play, I might have a different opinion about Tactics Ogre. Because I had Ogre Battle because basically the Ogre Battle. Ogre Battle was a strategy game back in the SNES era. So they made a tactics game based off the Ogre Battle series. And Ogre Battle's a good game. My dad had Ogre Battle on the SNES. I had Ogre Battle 64, which that was a really good game. Ogre Battle 64.
This one's mine.
I had that on before. That was really good. But Ogre Battle never came back after that.
Look sharp.
The franchise just died after that.
Going in.
Do it! Look sharp!
And Ogre Battle was another game where that game had multiple
This one's
endings and your
mine.
decisions how
Flaming meteor!
also impact the storyline as well. Like these were these games.
You made me angry.
Like you know, you got games that does
Bad
it,
idea.
however like that, but I don't know. There's something about games back then, back in the '90s and the early 2000s.
Does anyone else think
you know?
this may be just a bit too tough for us?
Yeah. Ogre Battle, yeah, Ogre Tactics is based off the Ogre Battle franchise. It's a real-time strategy game. It was a real-time JRPG strategy game. Where it's pretty much, it's like on Ogre Battle, you're like on this, I wouldn't say grid. It's like you're on this it's like a world map. And you have units. Each unit is represented by a main character or a character that you have a unit for. So what happens is you have these different. You will have like a world map with a castle or a village and stuff, and then you have your characters on the world map, and you have to give them commands, and then you have the enemies on the world map, and you have to move them around. And then when they come in contact with each other, a battle sequence will open up where, like I said, you only see your main character, but once the battle opens up, you have your character with their units, and then what you do is you don't command them you would like give a direct command, and then you sit back and watch the battle. You watch them go back and forth and fight each other, and then once the round is over, the enemies, you and your enemy unit would like space out from each other, and then you have to do different types of like strategical movements and stuff like that. It's really I have to show you that game, like a video on it. Yeah. Well, the gaming industry in general has become bigger than Hollywood, than the movie industry. And I think that's another thing about why I can't really get into games like I used to. Like games, like I love realism and stuff, but games are becoming so real to the point they're not like video games anymore. You get what I'm saying? They start to become like theatrical, like releases and stuff like that. Like too much like movies and stuff, too cinematic at times. You know, and you're starting to have games that's more cinematic than actual gameplay. And then you also have where, when it comes to video games today, games are too formulaic. Like they stick to what works, which is, I mean, like any company will stick to what works, but there's no creative risk in that. There's no creative risk in that. Developers, and I wouldn't say it's the developer's fault. I'll explain that in a second. This also has to do since. Think about it. Back then, when games were still like a newborn, back then people thought that the industry and the boomers and everybody thought that, and the media thought that games are just going to be a fad. It's something that's going to come and go. It's going to come. People's going to be interested in it for a little bit, and then it's going to die off. But they were wrong. Games end up becoming a multi-billion-dollar industry. So you know what happens when it becomes a multi-billion-dollar industry? You start getting executives in suits who don't know nothing about video games, who aren't even passionate about video games. They're just looking to get a return on their investments. So that's when you get these suits in here who would come in and they would dictate, because they're the ones that's making these big investments. They would come in and dictate what they want to be in these games in order to ensure that they're going to make a flip off their investments. So what ends up happening? What ends up happening is it destroys the creativity of the developers, because now they can't create the games that they want. They have to create the games that's going to please their bottom line, the executives, the one that's financing their companies and stuff like that. So they're more so designing the games for them and not for us. So there's a lot of developers out there that feels like they're in prison because they want to create the games that they want, but they can't because they have to listen to the higher ups in order to
I've got a
please
really
the
bad feeling
executives.
about this.
And that's where the problem is at. Because like I said, these people that's on the board of directors, they don't know shit about games. all they know is that, hey, I'm just trying to make a return on my investment. You know what I'm saying? And back then, it was so much more different. There was a lot of creative risk because a lot of these developers were passionate. And like I said, you didn't have these big, like, corporate suits and heads like that, like it is now. You know what I'm saying? So you're able to take creative risks, try different things. And yes, some things failed, and some things did work. And so now, since you know, things come on.
This one's mine.
I'm ready to go.
Lightning thrust.
Far enough. On guard. That's it.
Double
Piercing roar. All right, let me at him.
I really owe you.
That's where you got it!
All right, I'll take you all on. Ha! Flare to Malisa.
Crumble. Double demon fang.
Calendar. Look here.
Double demon fang.
The power
You require a
Demon fang.
All right.
Can't get out of this.
Look sharp.
Lightning tiger blade.
Yeah. So what happens is.
Hey, anyone else think this might be a touch too
Yeah.
dangerous?
So what
Ridwell's
happens
right.
is you have
We should fall back
these
to
corporate
regrouping.
execs. They want to return on their investments. They don't
Try
care
again
about
later.
how creative, developers want to be creative and express their creativities and try different things. So they have to make sure that these executives these board of directors and executives get their return on their investment, which means they bottleneck and they pretty much hold back a lot of these developers. Do you really think that like the whole fiasco with Street Fighter Cross Tekken with the gem system and stuff, and on this DLC, do you really think that
What's up?
Ono really wanted
Once
to
we get
F
to the
y'all
mountain,
guys
the
over?
terrain won't be easy.
You know,
should
do you
rest
really
up
think
here
that a
before
lot of these
pressing on.
developers want to F y'all
But
over?
what about
Look
Shion?
at Blizzard and
He's
Activision.
waiting
They're
for
paying
us.
for it big
All the
time
more
right now.
reason to conserve our
Activision
energy.
Blizzard is paying
Huh?
for it big time.
It's not only
EA,
the mountain.
scumbag.
Hard though that may
with
be,
with the
it's
way
a
they
pittance compared to
monetize
what
and
follows.
DLC and all this
Namely
other bull
Volron.
crap and stuff. You know
we
what I'm
wear
saying?
ourselves out now,
So-
or worse still, get injured.
Games
We might as well
games
show
has
up
become
gift
so
wrapped.
big, man,
Right,
where
Kisara?
That's
like
right.
you can't be creative the way you
Besides,
want to
Alphen
unless
still hasn't fully recuperated yet.
you're an independent developer.
fine.
And that's
I'll
where the
stop on my
creativity comes
account.
from. Indie
Oh,
developers.
really?
Because
Well,
when
in
you're
that
an
case,
indie developer,
it's
you
me
really don't get
who
funding.
wants to
It's
take
your
a
money.
rest for a while.
So you're taking
Does that
more
suit you
risks
better?
with your own money. And
A
if it
little
fails,
bit.
you fail. Your whole entire company fails. You like, so that's the risk that they're willing to take. That's the thing. That's why everybody today is being independent. Go independent with everything. Because once these corporate execs get a hold of your stuff, like one day VK will be something big, my comic book. And one day Netflix maybe want to do a deal. Like that could possibly happen. And the thing I'm afraid of is, what if they came to me and, you know, they wanted to do an animation based on VK, and because of these executives and or whatever like that, they may want to change some things to my stuff. You know what I'm saying? Put woke shit in my stuff or whatever they want to do to it and stuff like that, because like I said, they don't care about the creativity. They just want to sell a product or want to get a return on the investment or push whatever type of propaganda they want to push and stuff like that. And that's why a lot of people is going independent, because they don't want no one to come in and touch their work or ruin their baby. That's why a lot of game developers are leaving companies now and starting their own companies. Because it became too corporate. Still got more leveling to do. I still haven't got the third. I'm still stuck at 32.
Whoa!
Dang,
Get a look at this view.
Don't get so drawn into it you fall over now.
Yeah, see, sorry, see, she's being a monk. Oh, what makes you think that? What makes you think that Harada's gonna leave Bandai Namco? What makes you think that? That's interesting. I haven't been keeping up with anything Harada been doing lately. I
It'll
haven't
be
been
a
keeping up with
breeze.
fighting games or
Get in,
anything.
get out.
In here!
Yo, what the man? Come on!
Lightning condemned!
I'm ready to go.
This one's mine!
Saving this one!
Guardian Field!
You can stand.
Guardian Field! You come on! You have to hold on!
I can carve through armor.
Thanks so much!
Look sharp! One more! Flaming Meteor! Get in! Talon Turn! I'll take you all on! Ha! Flare the Molotov! Against my full power, you didn't stand a chance.
Oh, okay. I don't know. Harada is the head honcho right now. Like he sounds like he's happy being where he's at. Because he has so much seniority. I don't see him wanting to give that up.
Better get everything ready for tomorrow.
Dohalim, care if I hang out for a while? I wanted to ask you something.
I'm all ears.
How much contact did you have with the other lords back in the day?
I only saw or exchanged words with them on a handful of occasions. Not that I was particularly keen on even that much.
Almadria made it sound like the two of you had some kind of history together.
She was like that with all of the lords, not just me. She was always interested in who she could use, who had value for her own ends. Having said that, she wasn't quite so brazen back when we were still in Lenegus. In a sense, she may have been a victim of the crown contest as well.
Almadria? A victim?
To a Renin, there is no greater honor in life than being chosen to serve as a lord, let alone to go on and become the next sovereign. We are taught that from the day we leave the womb. There are few Renins who wouldn't be ecstatic at the prospect of ascending to lordship.
You were like that though, right? You've always struck me as a more grounded guy.
No sane Renin would ever dare admit that their interests lie in anything but power and prestige, even if they feel so in their heart of hearts.
The more you talk about it, the more it seems like the crown contest is nothing but misery for Renins, too.
Which is why I seek to end it.
I'll probably work on it
Not that
sometime
I
this
imagine
week.
Danon, such as Rinwell,
There's a
are all
couple
that
other
interested in
videos. I
hearing
wanna talk about
tales
the
of
Dragon
woe
Ball,
such as mine.
Dragon Ball Breakers. I want to talk about that.
We'd best get
this
ready for
weekend,
tomorrow.
So I'll work on that video. Like I said, we just have to finish off my Star Ocean. Like I don't like the
Once we
how
finish
it's looking too
eating,
much
we
for
should get
Phantasy
going.
Star. They're going. It's starting to look. It's trying to look like a Xenoblade type of route as far as like the looks and aesthetics and stuff like that. I'm not really like too keen on that. At this point, Star Ocean has to prove itself because Star Ocean started going downhill after till the end of time. The believe it or not, my favorite is my favorite Star Ocean of them all is still Star Ocean's second story, Part 2, and that was on PlayStation 1. That's still my favorite Star Ocean out of all of them. Best soundtrack, good characters, the combat. I love that one. Yo, what's up, Derpy?
It's time!
Dance in the wind! In here! Confiscated! Everyone, get back! It's too dangerous!
Flaming meteor! No chance!
Raging cascade!
This one's mine! That's it! Tiger blade! No chance! Too slow! Going in! Take this! Eat this! Tiger blade!
Sleep now!
On guard!
Lower the
Lower
top pile!
This one's mine!
Photon blast! More where that came from!
Not today!
Field!
Going in!
More where the top pile!
Finish it!
More where that came
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Too slow! Look sharp!
Raging cascade!
Rising Wyvern!
Take this! Any Tiger blade!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
There we go.
Onward and upward.
Yeah, man. Like, second story was really tough. Wow, that's the thing that all Star Wars games do have in common. Final boss, dog. I don't care how much you don't like a certain Star Wars game. Them final bosses on all of them is a pain in the ass and cheap as hell.
Gotta break through! Double Demon Fang!
Now you see what I can do!
Demon
One
Fang!
more!
Double Demon Fang! Destruction!
In a bind!
This one's mine!
Hurricane!
Tiger blade!
Megasonic Thrust! Dragon Swarm! This one's all mine! This one's mine!
I'll tear you!
This one's mine!
I'll be
I'm on
saving
it.
this
Tiger
Here
blade!
goes!
Sword Rain Alpha!
Light up the
Rain!
blade! I'm ready to
Turn
go!
on
Where that came from!
Alright, let me at him! Tiger blade!
You're mine! It's over!
Look sharp!
Dragon
Take this!
Swarm!
Nothing gets by me!
Sonic Thrust! Sword Rain
Going
Alpha!
in! That's it! Flaming meteor!
In here!
On guard! One
I'll
more!
be saving this
Tiger
one!
blade!
Lightning Thrust!
Light up the
Rising
door!
Falcon!
Alright, let me
More
at
where
him!
that came from!
Slide! Going in! Do it! That's it!
Freeze Lancer!
We managed to pull through.
Man, like, there's a different, like with me, man, like, I don't mind a challenging last boss, but when a boss feels so damn cheap, man, like, it's not even, at this point, they're just artificially making it difficult for no reason.
Gotta break through!
Lightning conduct!
Here I
One
go!
more!
Double
The power
Blade!
of light! I'm ready to go!
Demon Fang! Double Demon Fang! Demon Fang!
Tiger blade!
Destruction!
Shining
Eternal
Supernova!
Devastation!
I'll take you all on! Ha! Flare the Malisa!
Lightning
Lightning
conduct!
Thrust!
Look sharp!
Rising Falcon!
Armor won't save you!
This one's mine!
Guardian field! Alright, let me
Be
at
still!
it!
First strike! Rising Falcon!
You could use a hand! You're open!
Champion
On
Field!
guard! I really owe you one! That's it!
Take this!
On guard!
Champion Field! Swallow
Be still!
Is there no way out?
Pierce through! Double Demon
Lightning
Fang!
conduct!
Strike! It's
Thunder
on!
Blade!
Light up the dark!
Double
Alright,
Demon Fang!
let me at him!
First strike!
Going in!
You're mine!
Take
Yeah,
this!
watch
this! Tiger blade!
Double Demon Fang!
Flaming meteor!
Lightning Orb!
Going in!
Purge Malevolence!
That's it!
Arcane
Tiger
Waterfall! Sleep
You're
now!
mine!
On guard!
I'll be saving
One more! Tiger blade! Flaming meteor!
Sweet dreams!
Finish it! In an instant! Impact block!
Fair final boss?
Nice. No scratches on my shield or my armor.
Like, that's like, fair final boss. Like, I wouldn't even say favorite. Like, when it comes to final boss, they stress me as hell. Like, why would I want to favorite something that stresses me out? I don't know. That's a good question. I would come back to that later. I don't know. One second, guys. Don't go anywhere. Right back. Oh yeah. That finisher dope. What's up, Demarcus?
So, Alphen, 300 years, huh? Care to share the secret to such a long and healthy life?
I wish I knew. Once I left Lenegis, the next thing I remember is waking up in Calaglia. Everything in between is a blank.
You mean there are still gaps in your memory?
I've heard of starships with devices that can stave off imminent death by putting their passenger into a deep sleep. They're usually only intended as a temporary solution, until proper treatment for an ailment or injury can be obtained.
You think he might have been asleep in that starship for 300 years? But why? What would be the point?
Might this Naori have had a hand in it?
What do you mean?
If she's Renin like you say she is, she would have understood how to operate the starship better than yourself.
No, I agree, Radio. Definitely agree.
You're saying she deliberately put me to sleep for 300 years?
Dohalim, that's a bit of a leap.
Forgive me. I spoke out of turn. I'm merely thinking aloud, that's all. Shion and the maiden Naori. After 300 years, it's not unreasonable to suspect they may be related. Shion is nearly the perfect image of her, yes? She also just so happens to be connected to you. Is it merely a coincidence?
Like I've told you 1,000,000 times already, I wouldn't know.
Well, if you're absolutely certain that it couldn't have been Naori, then I guess I must have been mistaken. Complicated machinery can sometimes break down or have failures. Sorry for being presumptuous.
Hold on a sec. Alphen, you said the mask was to placate you, right? To keep your guilt and rage in check? And you were wearing it the whole time you were asleep, right?
I guess I must have been.
So that's 300 years you were wearing it. It's just a hunch, but do you think that the mask might be...
The reason he lost all his memories?
All but a select few strong ones, so deeply ingrained in his psyche that he saw them in the form of dreams. It's not completely out of the question.
In which case, maybe it was the mask numbing his sense of pain, too.
It's certainly possible. As for how, I wouldn't know, but the dampening effect on his psyche could have manifested itself physically as well.
I'm sorry for snapping at you back there. It's thanks to you that I feel like that we're finally getting somewhere with all this.
No apologies necessary. Reading others' feelings has never been my strong suit.
So he finally admits it.
I really hope Shion's okay.
I get why you're concerned, but if you don't...
I must admit, I'm rather proud of this dish.
Oh, what's up, Blackheart?
Alone. I'm all alone.
This fiend. We're mostly
Let's
small
go.
guys,
We don't want to keep Shion waiting.
Yeah, I like when it comes to party members.
I always hear you muttering to yourself whenever we're in battle.
I like an even
So,
8 characters.
just what are
Then I
you
could be able to
saying?
switch and
Why do you
create
wanna
groups
know?
and teams.
Does it bother you or something?
In like
Not really. It's just the way you talk is sometimes kind of creepy. So I was wondering if you vent your frustration through your magic. Are you yelling, "You stupid jerk," or something like that to pump yourself up?
What? No, that's not what's happening during my incantations. I'm just focused, so I match my tone to fit the mood of whatever I'm trying to invoke.
Invoke?
How do I put it? Basically, the elemental astral energy behind each art, I guess.
Astral energy? Hold on, are you saying you can talk to astral energy?
Not exactly. But if I put emotion into what I say, it's easier for me to properly cast my arts. That makes sense?
Kind of. Okay, so if you can talk to astral energy, then you can ask it to, like, predict the weather or find secret treasure?
Wait, you don't really think that, do you?
Or you can ask it to send down lightning to where there's bad guys lurking and...
May lightning condemn those who bear false! Thunderblade!
Ah, what are you doing? You almost fried me with that!
I just asked the astral energy to send down lightning where there were annoying boys.
Yeah, them two like each other.
I don't know what to do. Things can't go on like this.
What do you mean?
Ah! Oh, it's you, Rinwell.
You were talking about me, weren't you?
No, I wasn't. I've just been thinking about some things.
Really? How unusual.
Cut it out. I'm being serious here.
Sorry.
I was thinking about... You know how I used to work for Ganabelt back when I was in Cyslodia?
Yeah, of course. You were brought in after the Snake Eyes killed your friends, right? I mean, you had to.
They like each other.
Right. I used to have nightmares about it when I fell asleep. But lately that's been happening a lot less. I don't know how to feel about that.
That's a good thing, isn't it? You should be happy.
Yeah, but... I did a lot of terrible things back then. And I'm scared I'm starting to forget what I did.
Okay, so let me just get all of this straight. You think you'll forget everything if you stop having those nightmares? Why?
Because... You know me. I'm freaking stupid.
But it sure doesn't sound to me like you've forgotten.
Oh, yeah. But still.
I don't think those nightmares going away means you've forgotten. Maybe it's a sign that you've come to terms with what you did.
Come to terms? You mean like Alphen with his past? You think that's what's happening?
Yeah, I do. You're pretty amazing, Law.
I am?
Yeah. Not all of us have figured out how to accept our pasts. Least of all, me.
Rinwell.
Like, if I had to choose part, like my favorite, like I said, my favorite party members is the Final Fantasy VII cast, Final Fantasy IX cast, Final Fantasy Tactics cast, the Xenoblade Chronicles 2, and cast. What else? Oh yeah, the Yakuza, like a Dragon cast. Yeah, and the Sekuden cast I enjoy too. Well, alright guys, this is it for now. I have to get ready to eat dinner in a bit. I just wanted to just stream this for a little bit. And there will be a new video this weekend, probably tomorrow, most likely tomorrow. On the Game Fiends channel, so you guys get better check that out. But I'm about to head out and get some grub and then just chill for the rest of the evening. I appreciate you guys stopping through the stream. I definitely want to try to stream as much as I can. So hope you guys have a good evening. And you guys, the next stream, I'll stream tomorrow. Yeah, I'll stream tomorrow. I'll be playing more of this tomorrow. So yeah, you guys will definitely see me tomorrow. I'm not sure how early. I may stream early, probably like 1. No, not 1. It'll probably be around like 5, 4 or 5 tomorrow. So I'll see you guys. I'll be seeing you guys tomorrow. Okay, guys. If you guys haven't checked out my Game Fiend video talking about the Warner Brothers Smash Brothers called the Multiverses, you need to go check it out. Advise you go check it out. So you guys have a good evening, and I'll be seeing you Game Fiends later. Peace out.